Hey friends, and welcome to this new video dedicated to Garten of Banban. Today we're going to talk about a lot of exciting news that is driving the community crazy. In fact, very soon we could get an incredible surprise, the next episode of the Banban Chronicles. Yes, you heard that right. It could be released as early as tomorrow, and if that gets confirmed, it would be a huge twist because nobody expected a release this close. Many people are already discussing online about what we might see in this new episode, which characters will appear, and especially what connections there will be with the main chapter of the series. But that's not all, because on top of that, we also have new rumors about Chapter 9. Apparently, we could receive the second teaser trailer in just about a month. This would mean that development is moving much faster than expected, and that the creators are preparing us for something gigantic. Will it be a short or a long trailer? Will it show new characters or maybe some brand new locations? So guys, get ready because today we're going to break down all this news together. I'll tell you everything we know and we'll go over the most interesting community theories. But before we start, make sure to leave a big like on this video if you want to stay updated on every Garten of Banban news and, most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you won't miss a single update, because here we always bring you fresh news, theories, and detailed breakdowns on every new chapter and every teaser that comes out. Now let's not waste any more time and let's dive right into all the news about the Banban Chronicles and the highly anticipated Chapter 9. Now let's talk about the second teaser trailer of Chapter 9, because there is really a lot to say here. Just yesterday Faris wrote a message that immediately caught everyone's attention. In that message, he mentioned a so-called exclusive teaser. In reality, after checking better, it turned out to be nothing more than a joke, just a simple meme video that has no real connection with the game itself, so it doesn't even make sense to analyze it in detail. Anyway, we have to consider something about the second teaser trailer of Chapter 9. Because at this point we can say with almost absolute certainty that the trailer will arrive at the end of October. And here comes the big question, why exactly at the end of October? The answer is actually very simple, and it's all about how the Euphoric brothers work. If we look at their usual schedule, we can see that they have always followed a kind of fixed pattern. The second teaser of their games is usually released about 2 months after the first teaser comes out. Now let's remember together, the first teaser of Chapter 9 was released at the end of August. If we add 2 months, we arrive exactly at the end of October. And that's why everyone, myself included, is convinced that during that period we will get the second official teaser. Of course, this is not a date written in stone, but logic and the Euphoric brothers' past releases make it very clear. And there is another very important point, the quality of their teasers. If we think about it, in the last chapters, the Euphoric brothers have greatly improved the way they make trailers. They no longer just show a couple of static images or a short piece of gameplay. Instead, they are making their teasers much more cinematic, with polished shots, a tense atmosphere, and a technical level that immediately grabs attention. This means that for the second teaser trailer of Chapter 9, we should expect something much more spectacular than the older ones. Probably with new scenes, a preview of new environments, and maybe even a hint of the characters we will meet. And the best part is that since we are already at the end of September, this means the wait is really short now. Just 1 month to go and we will finally get a new official content to analyze, to discuss, and to connect with all the existing theories. So guys, mark this down. End of October, because if the Euphoric brothers keep following their pattern, that will be the moment when we finally get the highly awaited second teaser trailer. Now let's focus on the next episode of the Banban Chronicles, because there are some huge updates here too. The new episode is basically ready. We already got a glimpse of it in previous videos, and in the past few weeks, both Faris and Geppo, the two developers, have talked multiple times about this project, confirming that the work is almost complete. They even stated that it's really close to being done. So guys, we can officially say we're there. The next episode of the Banban Chronicles could be released as soon as tomorrow. But let's take a step back for those who might not know this series very well. The Banban Chronicles is not a playable chapter, but a collection of episodes uploaded on YouTube directly by the Euphoric brothers. It's basically an official series that expands the universe of Garten of Banban, revealing the backstories and the hidden secrets of different characters. Each episode is dedicated to a specific character and dives deep into their past, their hidden details, and everything that often doesn't appear in the main game chapters. That's why the Banban Chronicles are such a valuable source for anyone who wants to fully understand the lore. And here's the exciting part. If a new episode really drops tomorrow, that means we'll be getting brand new information about yet another character. It could be someone we already know, with darker sides of their story finally revealed. Or maybe a secondary figure that suddenly becomes very important for understanding the bigger picture. Either way, it's guaranteed to be an episode that sparks discussions across the community and opens the door to brand new theories. But what makes the Banban Chronicles truly unique is that they don't just talk about the secrets of the characters. Very often, the developers also include exclusive details, things that later turn out to matter in the upcoming chapters of the game. It's almost like the Chronicles work as a testing ground for ideas. Besides revealing existing secrets, they also foreshadow future elements and give us a peek at what might be coming next. In some cases, they even showcase scrapped characters, creatures, and designs that never made it into the official chapters but still belong to the world of Garten of Banban. And that's exactly what makes these episodes so important. They're not just extra content, but actual building blocks of a bigger story. Every time a new episode of the Banban Chronicles is released, we not only learn something new about the characters we already know, but we also get hints about what's waiting for us in the future chapters. So if tomorrow this new episode really comes out, get ready, because we're about to discover secrets, backstories, and maybe even shocking revelations that will make the lore of this mysterious and creepy world even richer. Now, let's try to understand in more detail when the second teaser trailer for Chapter 9 might come out. We've already seen that, following the 2-month logic, the most likely period is the end of October. But we can go a step further and try to theorize an exact date based on some clues from the past. The Euphoric brothers have almost always had the habit of releasing their teaser trailers and main trailers on Fridays. This day of the week has been recurring for their most important announcements. However, lately this tradition has been a bit broken. For example, Chapter 8 of the series was released on a Thursday. And not only that, the first teaser trailer for Chapter 9 was also released on a Thursday. In this case, the choice wasn't random because, as we know, when a new chapter is released, the first teaser trailer for the next chapter is published on the same day. So what can we deduce from all this? On one hand, we could imagine that the Euphoric brothers have now abandoned the Friday rule, choosing to be more flexible. On the other hand, we cannot exclude the possibility that for the second teaser trailer, they decide to return to their old habits and release it on a Friday. If that's the case, looking at the calendar, the two most likely dates become October 24 and October 31. Both fall on a Friday and would be perfect for creating hype in the community, especially October 31, which is Halloween, a symbolic date that could be used perfectly for a cinematic and creepy trailer. Of course, I want to remind you that these are only theories. The Euphoric brothers haven't confirmed anything yet, so they could surprise us by choosing a completely different day. Maybe they'll release it earlier or wait a few extra days. We can't be 100% sure, but we can prepare for these two dates as the most logical and likely ones. In any case, the important thing is that we are getting closer and closer. There's really very little time left until the second teaser trailer for Chapter 9 arrives. This means we'll soon have new scenes to analyze, new details to discover, and new theories to build together. And with this, friends, we come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for following me all the way to the end. You're always amazing. I remind you to leave a big like if you enjoyed this video and to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the upcoming updates. Here you will always find fresh news on Garten of Banban, in-depth analysis, and the best community theories. Stay tuned because in the next few days more videos full of news will arrive and you absolutely don't want to miss them. Thanks again to everyone for the support and see you soon in a new video. Bye bye.